This is Debbie with the Food Prepping Channel, and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to can pork. This is 2 pork loins. One is almost 5 pounds and the other one is 4.5 pounds. And I've been trying to decide how I wanted to do this, whether I wanted to do pork chops or whether I wanted to cut it up into cubes, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of both. Okay, I'm ready to start cutting this up, and you can see it's got some fat on it, not very much, but I'm going to go on and cut the fat off as much as I can. I don't have a very sharp knife. I'm hoping to get a good sharpener soon and be able to cut everything like I want to, but I'm going to try to get as much of this fat off as I can. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up into pork chops first. Yeah, once I get this cut, I'll have to cut off the fat on there. But I'm going to cut it into pork chops first, and then I'm going to cut those into pieces. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just slicing it up, and then I'm going to cut those, each piece into pieces, and I'll bring you back when I finish with that. Alright, this is what I got from one of them. Once I got inside the pork loin and started cutting it up, it was right much fat in there, so I had to cut away a lot of fat, but I still think this will probably make I don't know, maybe 2-3 jars, and then I've got to cut the other one up. So I'll bring you back when I get to that. Okay, I'm back, and this is all the pork loin that I have cut up into chunks, and I've got my gloves on so I won't have to be messing with the meat. And what I'm going to do is just push this down in here. And this is going to be canned cold pack. My canner will be, will have cool water in it to begin with, but my lid and stuff will be hot. And with this, when you're going to pressure can something in the pressure canner, this will be canned for 90 minutes plus the 10 minutes of venting time. And what you don't have to worry so much about making sure that your jars are sterile. These have been washed, and when they go into the pressure canner and they're in there for 90 minutes, you can better believe that any jar, anything on the jar is not going to make any difference. It'll be taken off. So this is going to be 3 quart jars of pork. So out of the 9.5 pounds, I got 3 quart jars of pork chunks, and then 6 big pork chops to fix tonight for dinner. So I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back, and what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can get this open a little more. Well, I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt into each jar. Alright. And then I'm going to make sure that my lid, the rims of my jars are wiped off and there's nothing on them. Go around each of these again with it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lids on, and they've been soaking. This is not boiling water, it's just hot water. And put my lids on, make sure they're on, and then put my rings on. And my beautiful assistant, my daughter, is behind me, and I'm handing this to her to put in the canner. I only have 3 quarts of this, so I don't want to use my canner for just 3 quarts, so I'm going to can some bacon, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to turn the canner on and show you everything that's in there. Okay, my daughter said that since I'm going to can the bacon, that I probably should show y'all, but there's a lot of people can bacon, so I'm not going to do it any different from anyone else, but I can show you in case there is someone new to my channel that doesn't know how to do it. And what you do is you just take the bacon out of the pack, and this is parchment paper. And what you do is each of these packs are £1. So you take your bacon and you lay it out like this on your parchment paper, as close together as you can get it. Let me do this as fast as I can. And 1 pound of bacon is all that you do at a time. That's all I do at a time. And when you open this from canning it or whatever, when you decide to use this, all you've got to do is put it in your pot or whatever and fry it up for a few more minutes, and it's not going to make any mess like it did when you fry bacon from the get-go. So this makes it a whole lot easier. Plus, you keep the room in your freezer from having to freeze your bacon. And freeze up that, and you've got it in your jars. And I didn't use wide mouth jars, so I hope that I can get this fit down in there, because you're supposed to use wide mouth jars. And I thought I was going to have enough pork, and I didn't. Pork loin, and I didn't. So now I'm trying to can up something else quick. So let's hope that I'll have enough space in the jars. That's a pretty thick piece right there. Okay. I'll put 2 more over here. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. It looks like I didn't cut the paper off straight enough, but... And then I'm going to fold this. So I'm going to take this and fold it up. And then I'm going to start right here. And I should start at the other end. I'm going to start at this end and fold it up as tight as I can, going around. And this is probably not going to go in the jar. Okay, I'm back. And I got wide mouth jars. And there you can see that it fits in there. And I'm going to push it down. And then I'm going to do this with the 2 other pounds that I have. And that'll be 6 jars to go in my canner. So I'm going to bring you back when I get this done and everything's in the canner. Okay, I'm back, and I do want to show y'all something. I got my new gauge from Presto the other day. I hadn't had my canner but maybe a month and a half until the gauge went bad on it, and so I got a new one, and I'm getting ready to can my pork loin and my bacon. And see this little vent pipe right here? It can get clogged up. And so what I always do is stick a toothpick down in it and run it around, and I go from the top and the bottom and make sure that there's nothing in there, because if that gets clogged up, then it can ruin your canning, and I had this happen to me, so I don't take any chances anymore. Okay, here's all I've got 6 jars in here, 3 of the pork loin and 3 of bacon that I'm going to can. And my daughter's going to, because we've got pretty hard water here, we're going to put a big glunk of vinegar in here, white vinegar, distilled vinegar inside the water. Alright, that's enough. Alright, and then I'm going to put my lid on, and I'll bring you. Okay, I just wanted to bring you back and show you that the canner is venting now. You can see the steam coming out of the vent. And what I'm going to do is set my timer for 10 minutes, and I'm going to let it vent for 10 minutes, and then I'll bring you back and show you what I do after that. It's been venting for 10 minutes. We're going to cut the stove down to about 5. And then once it gets up to 11 pounds of pressure, then I will set the timer for 90 minutes, because I'm canning raw pork and bacon, and I have quarts, and they need to can for 90 minutes. So once this gets up to 11 pounds of pressure, I'll cut the stove back and keep it at that 11 pounds of pressure for 90 minutes, and when this finishes, I'll bring you back and show you my cans after it cools off. Okay, dummy me forgot to tell you that you have to put the pressure, the vent regulator on there, and that is this right here, and that is what causes it to build up to the pressure of 11, which is what I want it to go to. So I put the pressure regulator on there, and once it gets up to 11 pounds of pressure, I'll set my timer for 90 minutes, and I'll bring you back when it's all finished. Okay, I'm back, and here's my 6 jars. All of them have sealed. Every one of them have sealed. This is my bacon. There's 3 bacons, and they're still pretty hot. But you can see that it's still, the parchment paper is still good in them. And here is the 3 cans of the pork, and they've all sealed. And I hope that this taught you a little something about canning pork loin and canning bacon. And if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. You have a good night.